Hey, it's Sunday morning. We're about to start our reset, so we are heading to the grocery store to get our groceries, and I got the crew with me. Alrighty, so we're back. Today I got my groceries and necessities from Target, so I picked up and we're about to go ahead and put them up. So first, before I even start putting up the new groceries, I have to go through the fridge and take out all of the old stuff. So right now, I'm just going through and taking out any old food, any expired food, things that I know myself or the kids won't eat anymore. So usually that would be like fruits, vegetables, any little bits of juice that are left over. I'll just go ahead and pour that in a cup and they can drink it during the day. And anything else that really is just taking up space or we know that we will not use within the next couple days. And typically if I was doing like a deep clean, I would take everything out and wipe down the shelves. But this wasn't quite that. It was just a quick reset. So once I get everything out the refrigerator that is going in the trash, I'll go ahead and put it in a trash bag and set it to the side because it's Sunday. Our trash comes on Monday. So I try to time that perfectly. So now I can actually go ahead with putting in the food that I bought for today, for the week, and just kind of organize it. And once again, this is just a quick reset, so I'm not being too particular, but I do tend to organize my fridge, just like juices and stuff at the top. I have little trays for the kids stuff, for proteins, meat, eggs, and I have some section for dairy and kind of miscellaneous for the last shelf. And of course there are the fruit bins and the vegetable bins at the bottom. Do not pay attention to the door on the side. That's kind of a catch-all, you know, for sauces and anything else that does not fit. But onto the pantry. Pantry, same situation here. So I am going through and taking out all of the old food, expired food. It's actually been a while since I kind of did that for my pantry. I've been loading in things over time and not really taking out stuff. So right here, I'm really just taking the time to read the expiration dates, take out anything that's in boxes that's kind of taking up spaces so I can really consolidate and put it into containers. I do have the clear containers in my pantry to kind of help separate the different type of snack foods, breakfast foods, pastas, sauces, anything like that. I do want to, in the future, make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, but for right now, I'm just trying to make it functional, enough for myself to use, for my kids to get snacks when they want snacks, and for everything to be visible when I'm looking for it. Now that I got everything pretty much in place where I wanted it to be, I'm going to go ahead and add in the items that I got from the grocery store that day and put them in place with the new alignment where I rearranged the items in the pantry. And this is the final look. Nothing too much, just our general snacks and things that we eat and use on the daily. And as you can see, most of my stuff is contained to 2 shelves, and the bottom is appliances and overflow. Now we're off to my office. I am going to do a little restock of the mini fridge in my office. I was running low on everything. I only had 1 can of Sprite left. So I just kind of restocked it with all the little juices, sodas, and waters that I usually like to have on hand when I'm in my office working or just want something that's not in the main fridge or that I want the kids to have. kids did used to go into my fridge like nonstop, so I had to put a lock on it, which is a little white circle you'll see on the door, which is broke. But that's fine. I'm going to get another one. But the main reason I had it is because I used to have candy in my refrigerator, which I still do, but I had to disguise it in a soda box can because I knew that they would not go in it. So that's where I get to keep my little sweet treats, and they will never touch it, and I get them all to myself. Alrighty, all done restocking, and this is the final look at what I have in my fridge. So on to the next chore. Next, I am vacuuming the whole house, or really just the upper part of my house. So I'm starting on the stairs, going up, and then I'll go ahead and get to the bedrooms. So of course I'm going step by step, making sure I get all of the creases and crevices, because that is where all of the dirt loves to hide in my house. The kids tend to run up and down the stairs and get dirt from snacks, from toys, and just random pieces of stuff. So I always have to be very thorough vacuuming my stairs to make sure that I get up everything. Next, I head on to my kids' rooms. So I will, before I even start, I'll kind of wipe down all the surfaces in there with some Clorox wipes. Try to get all the toys. Sometimes, as you can see, some are hidden under pillows and things, so I'll just pick those up along the way. But the main idea is just to kind of reset the room for the week so it's nice and clean and uncluttered, so they can get to what they want to get to, and I can as well, without stepping on toys and any clothes or anything like that. So having it nice and open. So this is first son's room done. Like I said, just a nice general clean. So on to my youngest son's room. He's the only one with a rug in his room, so I do get the rug up, shake it out, and make sure I get any dust or dirt. Then I go ahead and vacuum his room as well. So you know, the lovely thing about kids is that you're never alone. On this particular weekend, as I was cleaning the upstairs of my house, she was following me from room to room. But she wasn't just there in spirit. She was there to actually help. She would kind of try to tidy up the beds, or, you know, pick up anything on the floor if I had missed it. And then she definitely helped when it came time to her room. But she definitely gave me the seal of approval to say that each room was reset correctly. So after I finish vacuuming, I go ahead and put the rug back down. As I said, for all their rooms, I did wipe them down before I started vacuuming. So I have the rug back down. Just one more quick check before I go ahead and move on to the next room. So the final room that I was hitting for the day was my daughter's room. So I actually did get a chance to video myself wiping down the surfaces in her room, and I'll start with her little shelving. and just make sure that I get like anything off of there. Of course, any hair, crayons, whatever else may have accumulated during the week. And as I said, she was there helping me. So, at some point I did give her a wipe as well, and she went ahead and cleaned her kitchen. And I'm not sure for what reason, but I was struggling this day to get these Clorox wipes out of this container. Like, it literally took me like 30 seconds for each wipe because for some reason the roll wasn't connected. I don't know. But the job still had to get done. And as you can see, my daughter's room has a lot more items and toys in her rooms than her brother's do. It's mainly because she has a lot more dolls, purses, and things like that. But we still kind of keep it organized. There are some items that you'll see on the floor because I am still working on her room. I'm adding curtains to her windows and some little mirror hooks. So those are the things that you kind of see sitting around the floor. But I will be moving those eventually and putting them up. But do you really see her putting in work on that fridge? Like, my girl knows how to clean. So we're going to go ahead and move to the other side of the room. I'm cleaning off her nightstand. And she's still working on her kitchen. And then we're going to go ahead and those are the curtains I was talking about and the curtain rods. Get those out the floor so I can go ahead and vacuum her room. I did have some laundry to do that day. So those are the piles of clothes that you see on the bed, which I will get to at some point. But beyond that, I vacuum, and this is what her room will look like throughout the week. Functional, tidy, but definitely not perfectly aesthetic. So after I wrapped up cleaning my daughter's room, I was tired at this point, so I just stopped. The kids wanted to take out the pool because it was hot that day. I'm like, hey, it's still summer. Let's go ahead. So we took it out. They had a blast. They splashed around for the afternoon. And that's pretty much what we called it a day. So thank you again for watching. We have more videos to come. Please remember to like, subscribe to our channel. See you on our next video.